Starlink is out with some pretty massive changes to its business-focused lineup of priority data plans. We'll have the details after the break. Hi, I'm Eddie with the Mobile Internet Resource Center, and today we've got some big news on Starlink changing its plan lineup. Now, anybody who's followed Starlink news over the years knows that Starlink loves to change things frequently. They change plans, they change prices, they change terms, they change features, and this is no different. Starlink is basically revamping its priority plan lineup with basically brand new plans that have significantly evolved from the previous plans. Now, just to sort of go back and talk about how Starlink divides its plan lineup, they have a set of plans that is designed more for consumers and personal use, and then another set of plans that is designed for more business and pro level use. Now, the consumer plans, which include the residential and the roam plans, as far as we know when we're shooting this video in mid-March, are not changing. Those are staying the same, and those are the plans that are most used in the United States and around the world and by our audience of mobile users. Now, the business and more pro-level plans, those are the priority plans. These are for enterprise customers, high needs customers, people who want priority data. For our audience of mobile users, the primary people who've been interested in these plans in the past have been the boating and cruising community, because those plans can give you priority access in certain situations where they might find that useful. And those are the plans that are changing. So previously you had the priority and the mobile priority plan. Those are now becoming the local priority and the global priority plans. Now, to start off with, besides the name change, there is a pricing change. Specifically, these plans now come with a terminal access fee. So for every Starlink terminal that you have on your account, and for most people out there, that's only going to be a single Starlink terminal per account. However, enterprise users can have more than one terminal per account. You have a terminal or kit access fee. Now, for the local priority plan, that is $40 a month. And for the global priority plan, that is $150 a month. Now, that terminal access fee is just to get access to the Starlink network. It doesn't include any data. Now, you do have to tie a data plan to each terminal to get service. And with the new change, the smallest data amount that you can get is 50 gigabytes for each plan. So for the pricing, if you get the 50 gigabyte, the smallest bucket of data, for the local priority plan, it is $65 a month. That includes the terminal access fee. And for the global priority, it is $250 a month. Again, that includes the terminal access fee. Now you can set your monthly allotment pretty much anywhere above that 50 gigabyte point if you know how much data you need. And Starlink has changed things so that you can get your data in 50 and 500 gigabyte increments. So you could set your default monthly allowance to whatever you need using those two bucket amounts. Additionally, another change is the opt-in or the automatically recurring top-up data. Previously, you could get that data in 1 gigabyte increments. So for example, if you did have a 50 gigabyte plan and you used up that amount of priority data, you could have it automatically top up in 1 gigabyte increments as you go on. That is now no longer the case. The top-up amounts are now 50 gigabytes. So if you do opt in, and opting in is optional, to have those automatic priority data top-ups, they will come in 50 gigabyte increments and will automatically be added on when your priority data bucket is used up.
This content is made possible by our premium members over at the Mobile Internet Resource Center. We strive to create unbiased content for our audience. We are not sponsored, we're not driven by affiliate sales, and we don't sell stuff. We are here to provide unbiased content, and for that we are funded by our members, and our members get a lot of additional perks for their support. So please, if mobile internet is an important part of your lifestyle, consider supporting us.
But probably the biggest change that's come to these plans is the elimination of high-speed unlimited data. Now, previously with a priority and mobile priority plans, once you use that bucket of priority data that came with the plan, you could have unlimited high-speed data, but at a lower priority level. This means that your unlimited data would be more subject to congestion in congested areas, but there wasn't any specific throttle on that data. However, there is now a throttle on that unlimited data. So instead of getting unlimited high-speed data, once that allotment is used up, you are throttled to 1 megabit per second down and half a megabit per second up for speeds. So you still get the unlimited data, but it is a much lower throttled speed, which makes it much less useful than was the case before. However, on the positive side, the new local priority plan, it is no longer a fixed location plan. It is a land-based plan, however. It does not have any access in coastal waters or the ocean, but it does have in-motion use for the country where you have service signed up for. Now, the way Starlink is doing this is that the local priority plans are going to be country specific. So the pricing and some of the terms will vary depending on which country you're getting service in. Whereas the global priority plan, that has global pricing and global features, except for in a couple of cases where countries won't allow certain features for Starlink, such as in-motion use. For the US at least, the US local priority plan, that does allow full in-motion use on land, which is a nice benefit compared to the old priority plan. So what are some reasons to consider these new priority plans, and should you stick with them if you had the old ones? Now, there are some cases where these plans will make sense for some people. As we noted previously, the local priority plan now has in-motion use. It is for land use only in a single country, but it does have that in-motion use, and it isn't too expensive. It's $65 for 50 gigabytes to have that priority data. For the global priority plan, that is a plan designed for international use, and it will provide coverage anywhere that Starlink can legally provide coverage. So for international travelers, for people who are in boats and frequently travel between different countries on their vessel, the global priority may be a good option for you. However, there may be a change coming specifically to the Roam Unlimited plan. Now, currently and historically, with the Roam Unlimited plan, you have the option to opt in to get global priority data. And when you turn that option on, and it does come in 1 gigabyte increments, is that it gives you most of the features of the global priority plan. Primarily that you can now use the Roam plan in the open ocean beyond the 12 nautical mile limits, as well as territorial waters, without issue. And it gives you that priority data and that access to ocean areas, which has been a great feature because our boating community can use the Roam Unlimited plan for when they're on land or at a marina, and then they can turn on that priority data to get the access that they need while they're doing transits or island hopping and things like that. Now, a couple of months ago, we do have a video and another story on this where Starlink was going to pull that feature and then they relented. However, they did indicate that in the future that the feature would be pulled once they provided customers with another option to get that ocean access. And that may be what's happened with the new plan lineup with the global priority now being available. So it could be that Starlink will pull that feature from the Roam Unlimited plan. Again, we don't have confirmation of that at this time when we're shooting this video in mid-March 2025. But if you use that feature and you have the Roam Unlimited plan, just keep in mind that it's likely that Starlink may pull that feature in the future. So that does it for Starlink changes today. Hopefully things will settle down for a while with Starlink, but you just never know. They're very good at keeping their cards close to the table, and changes can come unannounced as a surprise at any time. But any future changes that do come down the pike, we will cover them here on our YouTube channel as well as on our website. So please subscribe if you're interested in getting these kinds of updates that are designed to give information to our community of mobile travelers and mobile data users. But for now, we appreciate you watching. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
These videos are brought to you by our premium members, our mobile internet aficionados. They make it possible for us to track this news and create these videos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to our channel, or better yet, consider becoming a member yourself.